What's up guys, my name is Oniel and
Val?
and welcome to the Rod's Fam channel. Te huemo de. Guys, my name is Oniel.
I'm Val.
What's up guys, my name is Oniel
I'm Val.
and welcome to the Rod's Fam channel.
So now you're going to be able to hear my take on what happened that day.
So what was it like for you?
What
I never heard this before, by the way.
Yeah,
This is the
so
first
we've
time.
never talked about this actually. We just, coming up to, I would say, just coming up to the day, we were just planning and planning and planning, and we would always be like, oh
my gosh, does this feel real to you? Does this feel real to you? Is it real now? Is it real now?
we're like, no.
Up until the very day, we were like, no, this is
Literally,
not real.
literally the day of the wedding, we're like, does it feel real to you now? And we're like, no, not yet. So it just never clicked. Through this experience, I realized that when I'm genuinely surprised, I don't react well.
That's gonna be, I think, our next video is telling the story of our engagement. You guys need to hear this story, and trust me, this story will make all the more sense once you hear that story.
Like after this, I think we kind of spoke about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't react well
At all.
And we were like, oh yeah, you don't. I really don't. I think just emotion, so like when it's too much of an emotion for me, I don't react well. So anyway, so let's go back to my side. So it was just a crazy morning. Imagine like jitters, it's your wedding day, hair sometimes doesn't come out the way you want it to, and you keep working and makeup, and then we were running late, and then we didn't get to take the pictures that I wanted to take, like getting ready. I remember I cried with my parents and with his mom. We're old school, I guess, so we lived with our parents until we got married. Well, I
it's
wouldn't
not really
say
old school,
but it's just that's just what we believe, you know.
Against the norm, I guess.
Yeah,
It
you know,
really
like
shouldn't be
people,
done, so.
a lot of people live with each other. We didn't. We lived, you know, with our parents, and then we got married and we moved in together. So I think that's why it was pretty emotional for both of us. I felt like I was saying goodbye to my mom and dad. When I finally got to the moment where I got to see you, I feel like I had to snatch it all up and get it back together. So I had like hair done that took forever, makeup that took forever. It was just a lot. So I also, this is like a side note type thing, I lost a lot of weight for our wedding. I worked really hard. And
so much so, like literally you could see her spine.
Yeah.
Her spine in the back. Like she had a backless dress, and you could clearly tell her spine in the back.
Yeah, and my dress was even like loose, and they couldn't tailor it anymore, and I just kept like losing weight. I don't know if it's just like at some point it was nerves, but if you really look closely, you could see like that my dress is still kind of like baggy. It wasn't fitted. It's crazy, like when you think about stuff, like you lose so much weight and you feel like, oh, I'm gonna feel good if I get to this point, or if I get to this point, or if I get to this point. And I did feel really good, but I felt like there's so many eyes on me, so many people looking at me, so many photographers, like, and then my dress didn't have any boning. It was literally like, you know, some dresses have like boning to kind of keep you together. Mine didn't have anything, so it was all me. So I felt like I had to like suck it in and make sure my arm was this way so that it didn't look fat, or if I smiled, my cheeks are gonna be so big. So it was just a lot in my mind, thinking about, is everything ready? Is everything the way I want it to be? Is, you know, all this stuff. Who's here? Who's not here? All this extra stuff that runs through your mind. And then I feel like when I tapped on your arm, and seeing you cry, that was the last thing that I expected. Oh, and then my bridesmaids, all of them were watching us, so no pressure. And then so, which I think we can find a picture of all of them watching. So when I saw you crying, I was like, he doesn't cry. So that for me was like a really big shocker, and I didn't even know how to react, and then I'm like, wait, don't mess up my makeup, you know, this took a long time. So it was just a lot, and I think thinking back on it, I do regret the fact that I had so many things going on in my mind, and I was just so like in my headspace that I regret like not really living in that moment and just like forgetting about everything, and I wish that I could go back to that moment and really feel and really take it all in. So if that's my advice to people, just live it, and I did live it. I think it was, you know, it is what it is. I can't take it back. But that's who I am, because when I'm really surprised, I don't, no cuadro, no encajo bien. It doesn't capture, you know?
Yeah. Which, I mean, considering that I was, you know, you're not used to seeing me crying.
Yeah.
It's like, I compare it almost like as if, you know, when a really close friend has something happen to them, like and you're not used to seeing them cry.
You don't know how to react.
They got like the first big breakup, and then you just like you get like shocked. You're like, what do I do? You know, it wasn't. I mean, you can say what you felt about it, but I don't think it was. Her reaction was a turn off. Like,
no, yeah.
Right? It wasn't like
not.
a turn off to see me cry like that. It was just.
It was almost
the shock
like,
of the moment.
What do I do? How do I comfort you?
Yeah.
It was, yeah. And
with so many eyes on her,
Yeah.
because as the bride, like, I feel like you have an unreal amount of pressure on you, and so many eyes just staring at you the whole time. Like, it's, yeah, we're getting married, but really it was your day.
It's like
almost,
the bride's
right?
day.
It's like the bride's day. That's
and
the
everything
norm.
has to be perfect, and you have to look
Yeah.
perfect, and you have to act perfect,
Which is
and you have
totally
to walk
unreal.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just the reality of life. I mean, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I don't pretend to be perfect. So yeah, I mean, that's what happened to me, and that's what happened to him. And I think the fact that like such an intimate moment, it's out there for everyone to see, it's kind of surreal. It's kind of wild.
The way that it blew up, it was.
We didn't expect
We would have
that.
never expected that 3 years later, we have the video of our first look go viral.
And trust
on a
me.
platform we weren't even on, and now all of a sudden, this happened. First and foremost, let me start off with this. Let me recognize that there were people out there that showed love, showed support, were defending us without even having known this story,
Yeah.
without even having known us. With that said, there was also on the opposite side a lot of people just criticizing our reactions, to criticizing what was going on. But then at the end of the day, you know, with all these comments considered, we still took this as an opportunity to just be able to give a glimpse into what real life is like, because too often we're just surrounded by examples of unrealistic expectations as to what life is like, and really the goal of this channel, and I think my wife can testify to it too, is we just want to be real with you guys. We just want to let you in the door, and really just live life with us, and with its flaws, with its good moments, and everything in between, to show you, you know, what real life is like, and what it can be, instead of in this social media age where like everything is just blown out of proportion. But yeah, man, those comments were crazy, man. Mind you, it was just like a few seconds that they saw into our wedding.
Yeah, literally, like, that moment was literally seconds. It was so quick.
Yeah.
So quick.
And
Yeah.
yet people use those seconds and made so many assumptions. We're just like, we're a lot more normal than what these stories were trying to tell us to be. I'm just like, what? And what people don't realize too is that, like, these comments, I think, I can't speak for them because I'm not going to stoop down to that level where, you know, I'm making assumptions
Yeah,
on
we're
people's
not-
lives without knowing them. So I'm not going to assume anything from these people who made these comments. And they don't watch, a lot of those people that made those negative comments, they don't even watch to understand like what kind of effects it could have on the people they're making the comments about. Like, thank God that we're level-headed. We can take those comments, be okay with it, which is the reason why we ended up opening, you know, our YouTube channel. We have the TikTok now. We have our Instagram. We have Twitter. and we have all those platforms, and we're careful about these, and we know that we can have these. Anybody else who this would have happened to, who's dealing with depression, who's dealing with anxiety, who's dealing with self-esteem issues, we could have easily done more harm to themselves, and they could have, it could have wrecked them more than what it did us. You know, to say that it didn't affect us would be a lie, right? Because it did affect us to read those comments and see so many people just like criticizing us, even not even knowing us. Like,
you don't know us,
no basis by which to make those judgments. People out there are doing this on a constant basis. Not only that, not only are people doing this, but I just think about those people who are being cyberbullied, you know, right now, or celebrities who get judged for every little thing that they do. So it's just, it's senseless. Like, just our goal for this channel is really not to spread any kind of hate. It's not really to call out those people one by one and be like, listen, you were wrong, you did this and that. We're not trying to diss anybody or start any drama. We're just trying to spread positivity, the opposite. So with that said, just know this: if you were one of those people who posted one of those comments, think about it twice before you post again. You know, just watch and think about what kind of effects your words can have. And understand that you don't know that person, you don't know what they're going through. Thank God that we're in a stable household, we're living happily, we have a beautiful 1-year-old daughter, but just make sure that next time that you post something like that, you think about their story, you think about the other person. These people, they weren't even in the weddings to be able to tell or give assumptions, so don't stoop down to their level. And the same thing I encourage anybody who's watching this video, don't stoop down to their level either. There was a lot of people that kept posting, if my husband doesn't react this way, then I'm gonna dump him, or if my husband doesn't react this way, I'm gonna leave. And keep in mind, for you guys, like, those were beautiful comments. We took it really in the most positive and sweetest way, but realize like that the intention behind it was really sweet. I get and where you're coming from. Like, I think I was that girl. I mean, I was that girl.
Like, oh, you better cry for me.
You know, but I'm gonna just jump on you. I mean, not like, you know. I mean, I mean, like, that's some of the comments that resounded to me a lot, because I was like, don't do that.
And like, you want him to be as emotionally invested as you probably will be on that day. When you think about the reaction that your husband will have on that day, or your partner will have on that day, think about the fact that it's better to not have any expectations. If you have expectations, that's just setting yourself up to be let down. Because anything less than that expectation, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad that he didn't react that way, or he didn't show. So I'm not saying guys need to cry. They don't need to cry. You know, guys can be still serious, or not serious, but, you know, be happy. They can still be you. Be you. You know, like, if that means
cry.
If that means cry,
smile,
exactly.
Smile. If you want to hold it in, and then
there's nothing wrong with that. And whatever way that you react is gonna be you, as long as it's you. You know. And a genuine expression of love, whether it is through tears, whether it is to be happy, whether it is to be whatever in between, is worth it, you know. And you let yourself just live the moment, and whatever comes, you know. Like, it's not a play, it's real life, you know. So definitely make sure that you just don't set any expectation for yourself. React the way you do, and be okay with the way the other person reacts. I wasn't mad at the fact that she reacted the way, because I knew that she was going through a lot that day. Neither should you be mad if you have the opposite reaction of what you were expecting. You know, just make sure you're marrying your best friend, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So we definitely we appreciate those comments. Don't think as if we're trying to criticize you, but rather we just want to make sure we have that set. You know, that just don't have expectations for that day.
Yeah, we just want you guys to want the genuine reaction of your partner, and then, you know, not be mad if they don't cry, or not be mad if they don't react a certain way. You know, like, we can't judge people based on how they react. Yeah. Because you're not in their head, and you don't know every little detail. Yeah, you can know someone so well, but you don't know how they're gonna react, you know? And I think you're doing yourself damage if you're holding someone, like he said, to that expectation, and expecting them to do something for what? So that you can feel good about yourself? That's not fair either, you know? Just be you and love that person, whether, I mean, that's why you're getting married, right?
Oh, that should be the reason.
Because you love that person, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't want women to have that feeling. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. But, you know, you can hurt yourself in the long run, hurt your partner in the long run. But I know a lot of that is just comments. Like when it comes to that time, you know, they're gonna be happy regardless of what they have, because that's not what you're focused on. You're focused on is marrying your partner.
If you are a man and you commented some kind of things talking about like,
oh, men don't cry, women out there are not looking for men who cry.
bullcrap. Like that's literally the furthest thing from what it means to be healthy. I can speak on behalf of a teacher who has dealt with a whole wide range of people, and I can speak on behalf of just being a man. And I can tell you that in being a man, it doesn't mean that you have to be stern-faced and reject every kind of emotion that comes your way. You know, so often society has told us, oh, because we are men, we have to be
Hiding our emotions, we have to be mad stern, we have to act like nothing affects us, and we have to be always into video games.
doing all this crap. Like there's no reason why we should have that expectation for ourselves. And I feel like there's actually the opposite that happens. There's actually strength in vulnerability. It takes a strong person emotionally to be vulnerable. Knowing that you can get critiqued, knowing that people are watching, you know? So
Like right now, you know, we're being vulnerable with you guys and letting
which
us
isn't
into
it's
our
not
thoughts,
easy.
you know?
It's not easy. And as you mentioned before, we're not like people to be publishing stuff everywhere, but we want to do this. We want to be vulnerable to show you guys what real life is like, and just, you know, have real talks, real conversations with you guys. So yeah, I just wanted to encourage those guys out there, like, don't let yourself fall prey to this machismo and macho type of version of being a man, because if you do, then you end up just becoming a boy. It takes a man to be vulnerable. It takes a man to be picking up those responsibilities. It takes a man to be looking out and investing yourself emotionally in the relationship as well, not just physically or with your money. It takes more than that. So just want to encourage you guys out there, like, be brave enough, especially if it's your best friend that you're in a relationship with. Be brave enough to show
all of you.
To show all of you, exactly.
And to show your raw emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to hold it back too.
That's okay.
Do you
I'm not
know?
even judging or criticizing you if that's what you choose. But give yourself the option.
And if you don't
give
want
yourself the option
to get makeup
want,
on his jacket, do you, boo? Because guess what? Those pictures came out good. Thank you. But with lots of love, I love you.
Always.
I'm just being real. You want me? I'm being real.
Yeah, no, this is what this channel's about, just being real. And I know that this video has taken a little while. Thank you for sticking this long with us. If you did, I just wanted to just encourage you guys. You know, encourage you guys to just be real people. Watch what you say. Love on each other. You know, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to live in the moment. And yeah, and just really, it's a great opportunity also to go a little bit of a plug in and tell you guys that we're on Instagram. We're on Twitter now. We're on everything but Facebook, I think, at this point. Like, literally Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So follow us, and we're excited. We're excited. So this is like completely unexpected. We never thought in a million years we would be doing this. But we're here, and I feel like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, we just want to be real, transparent, encouraging.
And do life with you guys. And just take you along with on the journey with us. So I guess like, subscribe, comment if you want to.
However that goes.
However that goes. And make sure to follow us and just let us know what you think. Let us know what you think, and stay tuned. Many more videos to come, hopefully, right? Mm-hmm. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys. I already consider you a part of the family. Thank you for tuning in and joining in with us. Till the next time, peace.